Hola.
Hey,
How's it going?
oh fine. Just going through my sprint car.
Going through your sprint. Are you changing it to outdoor setup?
No,
Oh,
I have
we're not necessarily done with that yet, are we?
no, I got Larson's race. Well, I took the chassis off my car and it had like a 2 millimeter bow in it. And I was like, oh,
Hmm.
I, uh, I ran into, who was it? Matt Murphy in the straightaway at the Chili Bowl in the semifinals. My car has not been the same since.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Even if it doesn't do anything, just peace of mind. Like I know it's zero, or right.
Yeah. You can see that. I uh I haven't worked on anything.
Yeah.
I did get my B7 together and we raced it last weekend. But last Monday and the Monday before that, I was working on my new boat
Mhm.
and then I had the last 2 days off. Techno Series was Saturday, we finished it up. Uh and everything went really well. And then I had Sunday and today off, and then I have half a day tomorrow. I don't actually work tomorrow, which is weird because I have been scheduled lately to work Tuesdays. Now all of a sudden I've got some Tuesday afternoons off, so I'm not complaining. But I didn't do a thing on RC. I Gretchen and I made our boat yesterday on a private lake, and then I had to go back to the DMV twice to get um, my boat numbers and my title from my boat.
Why'd you have to go twice?
Um, I went in the morning. I actually got up and went first thing in the morning when there was no line, and I was informed that just having the title was not good enough. I had to have a sales slip or whatever,
Oh,
bill
really?
bill of sale, I guess. And I'm like, oh, of
Oh.
course, stupid. So, and then I did a dumb thing because I had that in my truck. I'd kept all my stuff for my truck or for the boat in my truck, like as in a big pile of receipts, because I had been going back and forth to Home Depot, Lowe's, Harbor Freight, making this lift for my boat to get it up in my garage.
Yeah.
And I thought I was done, and then I threw all that stuff away. So like 2 days before I actually needed it, I had thrown it away. So we had to go all the way back to Cabela's, get
Uh,
the receipt, and then go all the way back to the DMV. And by the time we got there, um, it was like a 25-minute wait in
I'm
the
a little
line.
surprised that you had to license that.
Well, I wouldn't if I was only going to use a paddle,
No,
but because I'm using a motor, a trolling motor, I have to have the numbers on it.
that's a paddling.
Yeah. So, you know, what are you going to do?
I don't know. Probably license your boat.
Yeah. So I got that done. Oh, you'd be proud of me. I don't know if you'd be proud of me or not. I was like, well, since I'm here, because I already was a month late, I licensed my truck too. I got tags on my truck. I was
You're
like,
like,
since I'm here, might as well just get the tags for my truck too, so I don't get pulled over.
yeah. You're like, it's 2 months late, and I've been driving it.
Yeah,
Like
and
you're
I don't really
totally
care.
honest.
I'll drive it usually until I get pulled over, and then I'll finally go in and do it.
My I just had new tires and battery put in the Mazda so I could start driving it again for the summer. And the tags on it are up every December
Mm-hmm.
and they're still expired. I've just been driving it.
I don't, dude. I once got my. I did I ever tell you this?
No.
I got my. I had a. What year was that? 2001 GMC Sonoma? No, 98. It was a 1998 GMC Sonoma I got used when Gretchen and I first moved into our first house way back in 2003. And of course, I was parking on the street because we didn't really have a garage,
Hmm.
a usable garage. And one morning I woke up and I went out there and my truck was gone. And I'm like, why would anybody steal my truck? Like, it's not even that good of a truck. And called the cops. Cops came. They ran it in. And yeah, some douche canoe tow person came and took my truck off the street because it had expired tags on it.
Somebody would have had to have called it in.
I know. That's what I thought too. And I'm like, stupid neighbors. And so not only did I not have the money at the time, especially to pay for tags for my truck, but also like then you had to pay for the tow and the storage fees. And every day that you weren't there to get your truck, you had to pay even more.
Yeah.
So the whole thing just really was a was one of those moments where I just despised the world. And
You could you,
from that moment on, I parked in my driveway behind my house in my on my property.
yeah. Huh. Yeah, you
Hmm.
could total a truck real quick. Like and storage fees. Like,
Yeah, yeah, no kidding, no
yeah.
doubt.
It's not worth $4,000,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah, no kidding. Oh well,
Then we just gone to the auction, you could have got it back way cheap.
true that.
$94.
I learned my lesson though. I learned my lesson. Don't park in the street with expired tags.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be funny if that was just your like your plan? You're like, all right, I'll just wait for it to go at the auction and then go to
Then yeah,
the auto auction and buy it back for pennies on the dollar.
yep.
But do they like do they like send that the collections?
Yeah. Oh
Really?
yeah, they will.
Yuck.
Yeah, for sure.
You're like, it was my only car and I can't afford another one and I can't pay you. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I have a
I'm
bike
sure
now.
there's a lot of people in situations like that too.
Yeah. Like, I did nothing wrong other than where I parked it and I couldn't afford my tags and you took it. Like, thanks.
This I was watching Cops once, and this couple got busted. Um, this got busted for like a small little bit of weed, and of course the guy had priors, so they were arresting the dude, the girlfriend or wife or whatever, and the baby that they had. Um, they didn't allow
Get
him to take the car home. They took the car.
what?
Yeah, they took the car, and they're like told the girl, and this she's holding this little kid, and it's like, I'm sorry, we have to. It's in his name. We have to take the car. And I just thought, man, that's messed up.
He just couldn't go, yeah, it's cool that she drives it.
Yeah.
That wasn't good enough.
Oh, I was so mad at the TV, and moments like that, I don't know, bother me.
Yeah,
Oh well, I don't want to get too deep.
sure.
Anyways, the government
The government.
totally sucks.
Mm.
I will say the DMV girl was pretty cool though, because she had told me that I'd have to do one thing and then come back tomorrow to get my numbers. That I have to wait 24 hours for some reason.
Hmm.
And then when I got there the second time, she goes $43, and I'm like, okay, cool. And I'm like, wait a minute, is that on top of what I'm gonna have to pay to get the numbers? And she goes, these are your numbers. I was like,
Hmm.
oh really? I don't have to wait? And she's like, no, might bite me in the butt, but no, you don't. You're fine.
Ah,
We're gonna get it done today. And I was like, oh, thank you, because
nice.
I did not want to have to come back tomorrow. I just want to get it
Man,
done so I can take it out on public water. That's all I want to do.
I don't understand why you have to keep paying taxes on a car. Like, I pay taxes for taxes on taxes, and it's like I don't pay fucking taxes on a hamburger
Yeah,
like
you
every
do.
year.
I
Like
mean,
I
every time
mean
you get
like
one, you do.
over and over again, not on the same one.
Not on the same hamburger.
Yeah.
I I that's always been very frustrating to me too, because the way that Nebraska does it's so different from other states. Like South Dakota, that's why a lot of people like put a post office in South Dakota as residency, so they only have to pay like $20 to get license, to license their car or whatever.
Yeah. It only
But
costs $20 to license your car there.
it's pretty cheap. I know it's way cheaper than Nebraska, but what's always frustrated me is like I would get my new car, and this is one reason why I don't want a new car, right? My car's paid off finally.
Hmm.
But when it was brand new in 2015, dude, it cost me $600 to tag that thing.
Oh yeah.
And then the next year it was 400 something. And then the next year it was still 400 something. Then the next year was 300 something. And now it's finally down to like $100, but
Yeah.
still it's very frustrating. Very frustrating. And then the property tax thing. I mean, I don't want to sound like an old man, but
Mhm.
I'm kind of sound like an old man. The property
Yeah.
tax thing to me is so frustrating too, because our house, Gretchen and I's house has been evaluated over and over again. It keeps getting higher and higher and higher, and there's nothing we can do about it. You just got to bend over and take it if you want to stay in your house,
Mm-hmm.
or you sell your house, and then what do? You know,
Yeah, our house keeps going up every year.
I mean, I'm okay with it going up every year, just not in gigantic chunks,
Yeah,
because
our
that's
house,
what's happened.
the value of our house went up like $30,000 this year.
Okay, well, that's a pretty big chunk, but ours over the last 3 years has gone up. I think a total is like $110,000 in evaluation. It's not actually what it's I don't know. It's not actually what it's worth, but that's what they say it's worth or whatever.
Well, I think this is the first year that because our attic is finished, it's our bedroom,
Yeah.
but I think my dad did that like like without getting a permit or nothing, and now that they know that it's like finished,
Mm,
it's
no.
like a thing.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah. We got a super chat from Nut House. One of our longtime Patreon members, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he says, thanks you for a great winter series and all the hours you spend working on the track.
Oh,
I mean, I appreciate it. Um, I appreciate it, but somebody's got to
yeah.
do it.
Oh yeah. Somebody's got to do it.
Somebody's got to do it. I will say one of the nice things this year is not having to do as much work on the oval.
Oh yeah. Tim's been doing great with using the golf cart though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like that thing's made the track a lot smoother.
I think we found something that works finally.
Yeah.
And then I got a set of front landscaping tires for the tractor for
Oh.
basically nothing that I just got to put on. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but they just got to get put on.
Yeah.
So that'll help not mess up the track as much when I work on it.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
So we installed a front straightaway to the track
Yeah.
now again, and kind of getting ahead of what I wanted to do in the summer or the springtime. And I don't know. It's just a lot of work coming up here in about 2.5, 3 weeks. Is that right?
Yeah.
About right?
Something like that.
Yeah.
I kind of wonder if like for the big update this summer, if guys will start racing oval to race outside just so they have something to do.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, the track will still be open
Oh,
for
really?
practice. It just we won't have any organized racing because we won't have any pit space.
Oh.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Makes sense.
Hang on a second.
Okay.
I've been waiting. It's cold.
Cracking a cold one, huh?
Oh, and I rode my scooter here today.
Nice.
So it's been properly shaken.
Oh, yeah.
Kickstarts I found are better when they're kind of flat, in my opinion.
Shaken, not stirred?
Yeah. So it's like sometimes at night, if I have one in the fridge, right before I go to bed, I'll crack it open and I'll drink a little bit of it, and then I'll just put it back in the fridge so that in the morning, it's perfectly Tang-like.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you can heat cycle these too. So
Mm-hmm.
like if you buy a Kickstart that's really cold and then you leave it sit out and get warm again, and then you put it back in the fridge and get really cold again, it's actually better that way. I'm not even kidding. That's for me. That's real for me.
You should go on the Food Channel and then like be on like Food Science with that one guy that
Yeah.
looks like Butters growing up. And then like, well, hey, did I tell you about my idea for a TV show?
No, you tried to, and we were crazy busy last Sunday. I felt bad I couldn't hang out with you guys at all.
Okay. So here's my idea.
Okay, go for it.
So this is my idea for a reality cooking show is there, and this hasn't been done before. So if anybody knows any like execs at Fox, and the reason why I've chosen Fox as a network because I want Gordon Ramsay to host it. If it goes on Food Network, it'll probably end up having to be hosted by Guy Fieri, which is okay, but still a B, right? So my idea is competitive eating. There's not a competitive eating contest show where people can get kicked off every week. Hasn't been done yet. So my idea is the competitive eaters, they have to make all their food to Gordon Ramsay standards, and he's like he's like there the whole time, like bah, 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 fucking donkey, bah, 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 like and like yelling at him the whole time, like, and he's like, you have to make another 10 pounds of food, big boy, and like yelling at him and stuff, and they like make all their own food, and they have to like make a certain amount of food to get past this stage or whatever,
Yeah.
and if they don't like get past that stage, they have like a huge deficit. Like they get like 5 pounds of food added or something crazy. So like we'll just say they're making like 50 pounds of spaghetti. The either the person that eats the least amount or finishes their plate last loses, and they're out that week. And we start with 8 competitors. If it's on Food Network, I want to call it the Iron Stomach. But if it's on Fox, I don't know what it'd be called. But my like I think it's a good idea. Like I really think that this show would sell. Like because there isn't a competitive TV or competitive eating like reality vote off show.
No.
Like or
No,
like
not at
they
all.
have and really like what is it like a competitive eating contest is really the beginning to a competitive shitting contest. That's a spinoff.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I think this is a good idea. I could probably make like tens of dollars off this idea.
Yeah, no doubt.
What Margie, Rich, what do you guys think?
Absolutely.
No way. Like are you're saying that?
Rich, do you know somebody?
He stepped away for a hot
Oh,
second.
Rich sent. Margie, do you know somebody? I mean, you're in the visual media community here in Omaha.
Uh-huh. You'll have to come to the film festival and make some connections.
Yeah.
Would there be a guy there?
Yeah.
Like
Ooh,
is
kitty.
Gordon Ramsay gonna be there?
No.
I can't
can be like-
guarantee anyone, but
No.
there's definitely people connected to other people.
I like pitch it to him, and I'm like, dude, you could totally be like, bah, 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 bah. He'd be like so mad. He'd probably like punch me. Then I'd beat him up like a man.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I think that would be a really good idea for a TV show.
Yeah.
Nobody's done it yet.
No. No doubt. Nobody's done
Not
it
that
yet.
I know of.
I 100% agree.
You think it's stupid?
I don't think it's stupid at all. I don't think
Really?
it's stupid at all. Not one
You
bit.
just wish you thought of it.
No, I don't. I wish you wouldn't have announced it publicly on a forever podcast. Because
Why?
now somebody's gonna steal it. Somebody's gonna steal your idea, and then they're gonna be like, "This is my idea." It'll be like being an SNL writer.
You think?
Watch.
You think so?
Watch next year. There's gonna be this show come out,
With Guy Fieri?
and you're gonna be like, "Son of a bitch, that's my idea."
Yeah. Huh.
There's
I
some
don't know.
no. There's some writer somewhere. There's some writer somewhere that's just happens to be in RC and stumbled upon our podcast, and he's like, "That's a really good idea."
There's some Hollywood exec like, all right, time to peruse the independent podcast on YouTube to see if there's any good ideas.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
I don't know,
exactly.
like I all I'd want is credit. Like I don't even know if I need paid. $50 or something would be nice.
Yeah, a gift certificate to Texas Roadhouse,
Yeah. Some internet money.
some internet money.
I don't know. I mean, I just think it'd be really cool. Like, I don't know.
No, I agree. I agree with you.
Then they could like spin a wheel and see what the theme is. Like originally, this is going to be like an Italian cooking show called "Please Excuse My Grazie," and all they were going to do every week is all they're going to do every week is make spaghetti. But like I thought
I'm still
about
stuck on the name. Please excuse my thank you.
yeah. So it sounds like one of those stupid like BBC shows on PBS. Like please excuse my grazie. Like that's what it sounds like. Like is it like Are You Being Served was one of them, or I don't know. What was another one? Like Keeping Up Appearances.
I, you know, the only time I watch BBC is when Star Trek: The Next Generation is on at 1 a.m. in the morning.
Well, I mean, but then you get it, right?
Yeah,
So
kind of.
but
I know.
anyways,
I understand what you're saying, though.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
No, it's totally a good idea.
Now, how do we sell it? We got to package it real nice. Maybe go on Shark Tank and sell it. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, that was the original name for the show, and the concept was to be an Italian cooking show where they make spaghetti every week, and it's just like, oh my god, this spaghetti's the same as last week.
Oh my god, this spaghetti is just like last week.
Yeah, exactly.
That was out
And
of
it's
nowhere.
and it's gonna be called "Please Excuse My Grazie."
Well, with that,
Is
you want
when Rich comes back, let me know so we can ask him.
to? Okay, I'll ask him.
Right.
Did you see the new Max Slash?
No,
No.
it's slashed to the max.
It's a max size slash. Do you know what a max is? It's
Oh
the
yeah.
bigger. Um, it's the bigger. It basically replaced the Revo. They just
I
you know that Traxxas discontinued the Revo.
no, huh?
Yeah, the
That's
Revo
surprising.
electric Revo.
Huh. I'm surprised that Slash from Guns N' Roses hasn't sued Traxxas yet.
Well, I'm actually surprised that there's no beef going on between Dodge. Doesn't Dodge make a T not a T Max, but a it's got a name that's very similar without googling it. Anyways,
Oh,
it's a Max MAX X something something,
huh?
right?
I don't know.
If you're watching in the comments, hit me up because I think I know what I'm talking about here, but I could be completely off. Anyways, we got him this weekend. Well, we got him last week. You couldn't sell them until Friday, and
Yeah.
I'm happy to look up how many we've sold. But it's interesting to me because,
It's 2-wheel drive.
no, it's 4-wheel drive. It's a Max
Uh-huh.
with a short course body on it, and I pretty much shorter A arms, but the same chassis layout and everything like that. And I don't know, it's cool. I think we've sold one of each color. Yeah, we have. So I mean, they're moving pretty well.
Yeah.
It just kind of shocked me at first because it's $699 for this thing.
How much is the regular max?
$569.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to diss on it or anything like that. It's more of just like a somewhat surprised by the price point.
Yeah.
You know,
Those things are so big. I'm just surprised they sell as well as they do to justify making another novel. They just seem like such a novelty, you know?
yeah.
But I mean, I don't. I have no idea what the market's even into these days.
Yeah, I'm
But you can see
I
what.
wasn't sure if the market needed an 8 scale size short course truck,
Yeah,
but we sold 4 of them in 3 days.
really.
So,
I'm just surprised that giant size is so appealing to people.
mm-hmm.
Like it's very cumbersome. Like it's hard to take anywhere and drive it. You can't. It's hard to drive in front of your house without hitting something and destroying it.
Mm.
Like everything. Like
I
what you
mean,
hit plus your vehicle.
yeah, it's 70 miles an hour too.
Yeah, yeah. Because why not? Get it going really fast when you hit the neighbor's
It's
dog or
heavy.
something.
Like it's heavy. You know what? Something I've kind of gotten away from, and I feel really bad about it. But part of it's because I don't have a cameraman. Like, lately, I don't know if I don't. I feel bad because we have Patreon members, and we're getting close to 5,000 subscribers. But lately, I have not done a whole lot of videos. Like,
Yeah.
as much as I used to, like what's new Wednesdays, unboxing, stuff like that. But a lot of it's because I don't have a camera person during the day. Like Cam was always my, Cam was always kind of my camera guy.
Mm-hmm.
And now that he manages La Vista, I don't really have anybody there to be my camera person.
Right.
And the last time I had Kip do it, he like mouth breathed through the whole thing and got a whole bunch of comments on how much he mouth breathed.
No, yeah, sure.
Which, whatever, it doesn't really matter. But
They're not wrong.
yeah. But anyways, so I should have done an unboxing on this truck because we did get it pretty early.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. Maybe the price difference is the body, because it is a much bigger body. Maybe that's where the price difference comes in at.
Dude, imagine painting that stupid thing. We like painting a bathtub.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, that's like a UDR. The Traxxas UDR, that body's huge. Or a T-Max.
Yeah.
I mean, an X-Max. Think about how much it would cost to have somebody paint an X-Max body for you.
Right.
You know, it's basically fifth scale.
Mm-hmm.
It's huge.
Huge.
I don't know. We got that in this Friday. I just wanted to point that out. We got some new stuff. We got the Mugen MSB1 two-wheel drive buggy in stock.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Has anybody bought one?
No,
Other than Mitchell Powell?
Not that I know of yet. Mitchell got his. I drove his.
How did his drive?
It was soft. The stock setup felt very soft to me.
Yeah.
And when I had my MBX 8, its stock setup was very soft. I remember it's like I that's one thing I had Emerson do right away with his Mugen was we put fewer smaller hole pistons in the shocks.
I feel like all those cars that they develop for dirt, like they develop for like low grip dirt. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, kind of seemed that way. Well, and then my B7, so finally got a chance to drive it last weekend, Friday night and Saturday. Friday night I ran treads.
Mm-hmm.
And then Saturday, I ran treads for the first qualifier, and then I had slicks on the rest of the way. And its setup felt stiff to me once I put slicks on.
Really?
When I had treads on, car felt really good on Friday night.
Yeah.
I'm sure I wasn't going very fast, but at least it felt feel wise, it felt really good. And then Saturday, when there was actually like Bender and Andrew Thomas were there, racing with us. It just felt stiff once I put the slicks on. But part of that's because they were slicks from Hoosier, so they had the harder foam in them.
No.
So I think that had a little bit to do with it. So this coming up weekend, because we're racing Family Friday on Friday and Saturday speed on the dirt, I'm actually going to have the right set of tires on it with the regular foams, and then I'm ready to make a shock change right away.
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe like 3 or 4 hole, even 4 hole pistons maybe.
I have some made up. I did like on the 13 mil shocks, I did 2 hole 1.5s, and then 2 of the holes were 1.1s.
Mm-hmm.
That for 4 hole, that seemed pretty good.
Yeah. I was thinking something along those lines. I think the latest Rivkin setup, I think he was running 4 hole pistons, but I can't remember what the number was exactly.
Yeah.
I'd have to go back and look at it. We got clear RC10s in again, and now we're out again. They were awesome.
Oh, yeah.
And we should have more coming. We had more on back order from a couple different sources. So I thought that was pretty cool that we sold those.
Guys are buying them to sell them later.
Yeah, maybe. I built mine.
Yeah.
Thought mine was sweet.
No, they're cool.
I want to talk real quick, and I know we normally talk about RC. I want to talk about Hot Wheels racing.
Yeah.
This is something that's on my mind. And I hope nobody takes this the wrong way, but I'm starting to kind of get over it.
Why?
Well, at first it was kind of a small group, and now it's a big group. Don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining about the turnout or anything like that. I think it's freaking awesome that we had 32 people last week.
Yeah.
That's a lot, even with the theme. So I've been doing theme nights because there's this one car that if we raced it every week, now there's this one car called a Crescendo.
Yeah.
That would probably would win just about everything.
Is it the one that looks like a cupcake?
No. It's a very sleek, long car, and it's very low to the ground. It has a metal bottom to it, so it's like perfectly balanced. So I've tried knocking them out with jumps. I've tried making a track with hardly any waves in it, because it handles the waves so well. that I tried. Well, let's just try more of a straight up, drop down drag race style. That still won a night. I tried doing like a jump, like literally making it so that the cars jump out of the track to kind of equal things out.
Do you do you own this car?
Oh yeah, I have 7 of them.
You have 7 of those cars? Oh.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, it'd be funny if you were trying to make it so that car doesn't work because you can't get one or something.
No. I've got 7 of them. Believe me. Once we figured out that it was fast, I started finding them everywhere. In fact, at Walmart yesterday, I just happened to find 2 of them, and I'm like, oh man, do I really want to buy another one of these? I didn't because I already have 7 of them. But so I've been doing these theme nights and stuff, but the thing is now that we've had more people, it's gotten to the point where now if somebody sort of I haven't really laid out any rules.
Mm-hmm.
So because of that, it's kind of opened the door for some, I don't know what you want to call it, ingenuity, I guess. Tinkerers. Like the cars that won last week, they fit my criteria. My criteria last week was it's a oddball night. So I need cars that don't look like anything. Nothing that's based off a real car.
Like the cupcake?
Like the cupcake. Yeah, the cars like that. I was thinking, they have the little short ones and I don't know. It was one of those things that's kind of like it's kind of like smut. Or like obscenity. Like it when you see it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's kind of what I was kind of going through, like somebody come up, is this legal? I'm like, well, no, that's a Batmobile. Like that's not really what I was thinking. It's these oddball cars. So,
yeah, but you can't just go buy a Batmobile and go drive it.
Yeah, but it's still kind of based on an actual car.
What, a Camaro?
Well, one of them is, yeah.
Right.
Anyways,
like just call me Michael Keaton because that's what I wanted to
right.
drive.
Yeah, no kidding. I want that one.
Yeah.
They make that one too.
Yeah.
Anyways, so the car that won it was a 6-wheel semi truck, and they had snipped 2 of the wheels off of it. And then I'm sure they added weight.
Are the ones that are like actual like drag cars, like that look like Top Fuel like dragsters, are those as fast at all?
Some of them are, yeah.
Hmm.
Depends on which ones. It kind of depends on the year on those. If you get the ones that are like metal and the wheels are straight, yeah, they can be really fast. But anyway, so now to me that sort of defeats what I was trying to do. I didn't want to have it where we show up with brand new ones and open them up because I wanted people to bring their collections.
Yeah.
I wanted people to come during the middle of the week and run the track a little bit and test their cars and see which ones are the fastest.
Like enjoy it, like for what it is.
Yeah, and full disclosure, I've opened up a few of mine and I've added weight to a few of mine, and they're all slow as shit. Like it didn't do any good. All the fastest ones that I have been just graphiting the wheels, and I don't mind the graphite of the wheels. I think that's cool. Let's make them go a little bit faster. I don't mind that, but I am gonna have to put my foot down on like stick on weights.
Yeah,
and
that is a little ridiculous.
And modifying the cars, like
somebody could just take the body off and just fill it full of tungsten putty.
That's what I did.
Yeah,
it didn't work.
Really?
I tried that. Every single car that I've ever modded with weight with tungsten putty has been slow. Hasn't helped at all.
That's surprising.
I thought so too. It's funny because they lead all of the ones that I've done. Most of them, I should say, will lead right out of the gate. They'll drop down fast, but as soon as they hit any uphill, they lose all their momentum. So
interesting.
Yeah. So how do I word it? Like I want the cars to be driven as they were designed. Like I want
as God intended.
As God intended. I want to make illegal any sort of modification to the car itself. Physical, like to the physical car. I don't want to have to tech anything. I think that's stupid. So I don't really care about the weight, but I do care about like taking a 6-wheeled car and making it 4.
Yeah. I guess like all cars driven should be intact the way like from out of the box or
Like the way
whatever.
they were all like the way they were designed, right? Or
Right. I mean that's probably the way to put or no modification, no physical modifications to the cars like from out of the box or something along those words. Like you have to add physical because then that leaves in that you can still put graphite on the
yeah.
wheels or
No,
WD-40 or
no
whatever.
physical modification to the design, to the car's design.
Yeah.
Like taking away or adding parts.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Be run as God intended.
Yeah. Anyways, I mean, honestly, I thought about it a little bit this week, where it almost stopped for me. It would stop being fun very, very, very quickly.
Oh, if you had to like work on it?
Not if I just not really had to work on it, but just like if we had to deal with people coming with like modded out cars, maybe have some sort of like outlaw thing. Like at the end of the year, we're having this King of Hobbytown tournament, and that's gonna be our last race of the summer. We're gonna start up again, probably in like late August or September.
Yeah.
But
I'm surprised nobody's put like a ducted fan on one.
Well, yeah, like the last race of the year, we're gonna have a crescendo tournament.
Oh, okay.
Where everybody that's got crescendos, bring them, and then it'll just be a straight up knockout round the whole time. You know, I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Has anybody been like painting them?
No, not that I've
Custom
seen.
paint?
I know there's been a few that have been bought off eBay that are custom, and I don't really have a problem with that either. I really don't. It's just the physical changing of the car bugs me.
Yeah, like cutting the wheels off and stuff.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, that's when it does get a little like ridiculous that it becomes something where you can't just show up and drop your car.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
And maybe it's supposed to be more than that. I don't know. Then you don't want to have like a stock class.
Right. I don't want to have different classes. Yeah. I really don't. I think that would be ridiculous.
How big does Hot Wheels racing even get? Like, is there like a rules for it from somewhere, like from Mattel?
I'm gonna investigate further because I know there are rules. I know there are.
Maybe that's your answer.
I know. Maybe it is.
Now you're gonna have rules.
Rules. Hate rules.
It's gonna suck.
Yeah, it's gonna suck. It is pretty cool though. We're getting more than 30 people to show up for that.
No, that's great.
That's beating Wednesday night on road.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Still not being Oval though. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's not. It could. I mean, we could very easily have a night where like we get like 40 people.
Yeah.
That'd be insane.
Yeah.
I still think it could happen. There's 7 weeks left.
Really?
Yeah.
It would be kind of cool to see Hot Wheels racing get really big. Just because it's so cheap.
Yeah.
Like, it really doesn't take any skill.
It's making me go to Walmart every week. Walmart and Target.
You still Hot Wheels in the store?
We have them in the store too, but the variety is hit and miss. Target has totally different selection than Walmart.
Really?
And Walmart's got a little bit of what we got, and we've got a little bit of what those two don't have. So it's interesting. I'm learning all over them.
What's the Hot Wheels slogan? Like, beat that or something?
Is there a Hot Wheels slogan?
Yeah, I thought that's what it was.
I'm gonna Google it.
Yeah, Google it. Give it a googs.
Hot Wheels slogan.
Catchphrase, slogan.
It's not.
Also,
hold on. It's not the same without the flame. On October 4th, 2018, Hot Wheels filed a new trademark for the motto, "It's not the same without the flame."
Huh.
Whose slogan is "Beat That"? Hot Wheels, beat that. Yeah, you're right. That's one of theirs too.
Huh. Yeah, their new slogan, I think, is the name of a bar I went to a couple of times.
I don't know, man. It's not the same without the flame. That's kind of sounds like a game.
Hell yeah. Sign me up.
Sounds like a great dance club.
Yeah, I think I've been there.
Yeah. Do you know that I tried contacting Mattel for door prizes?
What they say.
I got this.
Send you a bunch of Barbies.
No, I got this canned response basically saying no.
Just no.
No, but I can tell it was it was a canned email. It was very they send this to every single person who applies for door prizes.
There's like sponsored Hot Wheels racers.
Yeah. I don't know. I just thought it'd be kind of a cool thing since it's been fun. It really has been fun. I'm just afraid of it not being fun.
Can I bring a Matchbox car and race it?
I brought a couple Matchbox cars. I won a couple heats with my Matchbox car on foreign car night.
Yeah, but you got disqualified because it wasn't a Hot Wheels?
No, it doesn't have to be Hot Wheels. It's diecast racing.
Oh.
Hobbyplex Diecast Racing League. I purposely did not put Hot Wheels in the title.
I wonder, can I race my little sprint cars?
They're slow.
Really?
Yeah, we've had a couple go down the track. Most of them are pretty slow.
I have like a pile of them from as a little kid.
They look cool, but they're slow.
Maybe you should have a sprint car class.
Maybe. You could have like a race car night.
Yeah.
Or something. The problem is every single one of these that I've brought up now has been challenged. Like, this fits, doesn't it? And I'm like, no.
No.
Like, that's a bus. It doesn't count.
It's a bus.
Well, this week we're doing Bisons, buses, buses, and trains.
Public transportation night.
Yeah. Well, there's a Hot Wheels called the Bison, and they're fast. Most of them are fast, and then there's a couple trains that are really fast, and then buses. There's quite a few buses floating around there too. So I don't know. That was just on my mind. That's all.
Yeah.
That's just been on my mind.
Ain't the same without the flame, buddy.
Ain't the same without the flame. I did not know that was supposed to be a slogan of some sort.
It does rhyme. It's catchy.
It rhymes.
I'm not going to forget it.
I mean,
because it ain't the same without the flame, buddy.
I'm going to win a heat. I'm going to win a heat Saturday. I'm going to blurt that out.
Yeah.
It's not the same without the flame.
You're holding your Hot Wheels. You're like, it's not the same without the flame, little kid. Like, yeah. Like barking down at some kid.
No, I'm going to totally do that on Thursday. If my train wins, I'm going to blurt that out on my way down to pick up my car.
It's not the same without the train.
Yeah.
oh yeah. No, it's not.
Oh man, my mind is so dirty.
Yeah. Me too. Yeah. It's the same without the flame. See, like I think all this funny stuff to say, and I get too like focused on what I'm doing, I forget about all the funny stuff I was gonna say. Oh well.
Yeah. Wow, On-Road had 61 entries on Sunday.
That's pretty cool.
I did not pay attention to yesterday at all. I was at home, and Gretchen and I were out on the boat. It was a day off, and I treated it as such.
What day was yesterday? Sunday?
Sunday.
Yeah.
I didn't look at the totals or nothing.
Nothing.
Did we talk about the Syndicate?
No.
Last show?
Yeah.
We
sure
finals? Did. Okay.
I don't know if we did or not. I was just saying that.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
Yeah, sure.
I tried to do something this week with the Techno Series. I tried to take the entries on my laptop and then use a USB stick to download them and then upload them into the computer, the other scoring computer that way. And when I did that, it like some
Wasn't
of the
the same without the flame?
yeah, some of the names were different, so they didn't show up. They didn't register on the points, and so then I was like, I don't want to have to do this. And then I couldn't find classes, even though the classes were the same. Bunch of weird stuff happened, and I didn't feel right about it. So I unfortunately at like 10:20, I had to hand enter all 150 entries again. So we actually didn't start racing till like 11:50 or 10:50. We started like 20 minutes late. I felt really dumb.
Yeah.
But I wanted to make sure everything was done right.
Right. Well, and it's not the same without the flame.
Yeah.
I wonder if like if your house is burning down, if you're standing outside in the street, you got all the cats and dogs, and you're just like, it's not the same without the flame.
There could
We'll
be
think
so
of it.
many instances where you could use that. Like, what if, like that could be a grill slogan for a grill?
Oh yeah, that could be like a Strickland propane and propane accessories thing.
Yeah.
Oh man, that would be if I opened my own propane and propane accessory store. Like that's what it's going to be called, like Lincoln Propane.
Yeah, but
not
it's
the same
trademarked by
without the
Hot Wheels,
flame.
so you can't actually use that slogan now.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll just get sued. Kind of like that time we tried to use the Olive Garden's logo for Family Friday Off-Road.
Yeah.
When you're here, your family. Well, I got all my electronics back in, so that's nice.
Bic Lighter could have used that slogan.
Oh yeah, they totally could have.
Yeah.
And it probably wouldn't have been the same without the flame. That's all that. Like couldn't you just like somebody could sue like Hot Wheels because they don't even sell anything that catches on fire.
Yeah.
Like if you're a big lighter company, they're like, well, this is false advertising. The Hot Wheels don't light on fire. They're not supposed to. But I think Aries thinks it's a good idea.
Yeah, your cat's like, hey, it's not the same without the flame.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a boy cat too, so it makes sense. But yeah, I mean, I think you could totally like countersue for false advertising. Because like the Hot Wheels don't catch on fire.
No.
They'll make one made out of flint.
No, they don't.
Oh, wouldn't that be sweet? They had like a flint one, like on the bottom.
No.
They have those?
We have drift tires that do that.
Oh, they thought of everything.
Yeah.
So it is the same without the flame.
Yeah. Damn it. Holy crap. We've been on for almost 45 minutes talking about flames and
yeah.
other stuff.
Good show.
Good show.
High quality. Anyway, is Rich there yet?
Is Rich back in there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, did you hear Will's thing for the TV show?
No.
Really?
Oh,
all right.
He was out.
Okay. So Rich, imagine this, if you will. Do you ever watch cooking shows on like Food Network or Fox?
Yeah, I've seen them.
Okay, so you know what they are. Okay. So imagine, if you will, a cooking show hosted by Gordon Ramsay, so it'd have to be on Fox. Where it's competitive eating, right? But the competitive eaters have to make their own food. That's where Gordon Ramsay comes in. And he's like yelling at him the whole time. He's like, bah, 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 and like yelling at him. And at the end of the show or the end of the episode, like they have like so many pounds of food or whatever they had to make, and it had to be like Gordon Ramsay standards. And then they have to eat it all, or the person who eats the most wins, and the person that eats the least goes home that week.
What?
Don't you think that's a good idea?
What type of food are we talking about?
Well, originally it was going to be only spaghetti. Every week it was just going to be spaghetti. But now, like having it hosted by Gordon Ramsay opens up all kinds of like there could be like a beef Wellington day. They got to make like 20 beef Wellingtons and eat them.
So we're talking about not only competitive eaters but competitive chefs as well.
Yeah. So it'd be called, if it was on Food Network, it'd be called the Iron Stomach. Like,
okay.
Part of like Iron Chef.
I can get behind that.
Okay, but then it'd have to be hosted by Guy Fieri. And
That's even better.
every episode would be a trip to Flavortown. I guarantee it.
That would be even better.
So, anyway, like, you think it's a good idea?
Do you want someone to fund it? We'll fund it.
Really? What do I need? Like, at least 50 pounds of spaghetti.
Actually, you start with spaghetti, and that's cheap, right?
Mm-hmm. Originally, the idea for the show was called "Please Excuse My Grazie," and it was gonna be Italian food, but then it was just gonna be spaghetti every week.
I love that title.
Yeah, please excuse my grazie.
Yes.
Yeah, dude.
Really? Please excuse my thank you. What the fuck?
That's what makes it funny.
That's even more funny than you.
We're on to something here, guys.
Oh. Okay.
That would make it wholly American. Because...
Yeah, it would.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, like that's it'd be funny. It'd be sweet. Huh. We got to make this happen, Rich. Who do you know in the food TV show industry that we could sell this to?
There is the local public access channel.
Really?
They'd probably take that on.
Oh my God, that would be so funny. You have like local people in Omaha
Yeah.
do that. That would be
Dude.
hilarious.
That could be the pilot that we sell to Fox.
Holy shoot, that would be funny. Oh,
Rich,
just
do you
find
think
like
this is a good idea?
there's like
I think it's hilarious.
there's like 100 homeless people over there. Like,
And we could make like, I don't know, we could get like places to sponsor it or something. Like if they win, they get like $200 gift card to Hobbytown and like a gas card.
Sponsored by Spaghetti Works.
Oh, that'd be a good
oh
one.
man.
They could donate the spaghetti and the work. I don't know. I think it'd be a good idea. I could at least make tens of dollars on this idea, I bet.
At least tens of dollars.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you think it would sell, Rich?
I don't know. Hard to say. Hard
Yeah.
to say.
Who knows anymore?
It's corny and gimmicky, but hilarious.
Oh yeah. I was trying to think, and see, like competitive eaters aren't fat either. They're like skinny Asian guys, you know.
Oh yeah.
Like the world champion hot dog eater is some guy from Japan. I looked into it. At least it
Yeah.
used to be. I don't know,
Yeah.
but
No, it's another
Anyway.
guy now. It's another guy now.
is it?
There's an
Do you
American
know
guy.
him?
Now,
Can we?
do I
Oh.
know him?
The what? What are we talking about? I missed it. I'm sorry. I was reading something.
That what's his name? That American hot dog champion,
Oh,
Joey something. I think
Joey.
maybe.
Joey Chestnut.
Yeah,
right?
Joey Chestnut. Yeah.
Nick, do you know him?
Yeah, Nick, where are you?
Did he? How many hot dogs did he eat in an hour? Was it an hour? What was the time frame?
I don't have numbers, but it's a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was like up
Is
in
at
the
least-
60s
is-
or 70s.
Really?
Yeah, it was a lot.
Huh.
I
thought it would have
that
been at
whole
least
part about
2.
them dipping it into water and then eating it that way.
See, that's the thing. I'm trying to get away from foods that you could do that with.
Yeah. Well, somehow we lost like 5 people watching our show.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, back to regularly scheduled
All right.
programming.
I want to talk about the Techno series before it gets too late.
Fine. Let's do everything that you want to do.
I'm just saying. That's all. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Last round of the Techno series, we had 150 entries exactly. They were running the on-road series the following day, so there was no way we're going to run this as a 2-day event, and that will never happen again, ever. Next year, I'm gonna make it an online sign up, where it's the first 175 entries. And then we're gonna shut it off because 175 entries last time got us out of there like just before midnight. And that's about the part that this old person here that'll be 46 next year can withstand, because I have to be up at 7. I mean, not even be up at 7. I have to be up at like 6, and then I got to be there at 7. So from 7 to midnight, and then I gotta clean up, which means I don't really get home till like 1:30. So, but enough talks about next year. That's just what's in my head. We had a really good turnout. The only classes that I knew of that were locked up because we added a drop because of the blizzard round, right? So it's normally 4 out of 5 because we had the blizzard round, and we had way less entries because of that, and I didn't feel like it was fair. We added a drop, which made things very interesting in the points. I think Mini Truggy was probably the only one that was for sure locked up. Everything else came down to like 1 or 2 points. Sportsman Nitro Buggy, though. So Bill Nichols, who has won this class before, he got TQ, and that helped him out a ton because he was leading the points, and he ended up taking the win. Keith Vanderhyde finished second. Trent Ignachowski, hope I didn't kill that name, Ignachewski, was third. He bumped and got third. Alan Tumberland had a pretty good year. In Nitro, he finished 4th. Riley Myers 5th. Eric Wunschel from the other bump finished 6th. James Martley 7th. Luca Shasau, who had a pretty good year, finished 8th in this one. Jalen Weningel, he needed to win this one and hoped that Bill crashed out a bunch, but he had some problems and ended up 9th. And then Justin Andres, kind of the same deal, finished 10th. I wanted to go over the points real fast because some of the points things were really kind of cool. So, Sportsman Nitro, where are you at? So Sportsman Nitro, your top 10 was Eric Wunschel 10th, Lexi Peterson 9th, Christopher Craig, who wasn't even there. He tied Jalen Weningel. Jalen got the better throw out for 7th place. James Martley was 6th. Keith Vanderhyde was 5th. Alan Tumberland was 4th. Lucas Chassel finished 3rd. His worst round was the last round. So Justin Andres was 2nd, and Bill Nichols got the win, and ended up being a pretty big margin, actually. Then go up to Expert Nitro. And Seth Van Dalen came down for the first time this year. And he didn't have a great day of qualifying. He hadn't ran all season, so I don't think his cars were necessarily set up for our track, so it might have taken him a little bit to get going, but qualified 5th. I know he was in at least 4th by the first corner because Emerson qualified in front of him. And I don't see what happened to Emerson, but I know that I saw the orange car streak really quickly up to like 3rd, and then ended up taking the win. Ashton Abdul got 2nd. The race for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th was epically close. I mean, pretty much until the last maybe 2 laps. Ashton, Drew Reuben King, and Riley Filbert. Riley Filbert TQ'd. And then because Mason Fuller and Caden Fuller weren't there this weekend, Mason had a chance to go 3 for 3 for championships.
Yeah. But
the DNC, the Dirt Nitro Challenge, got moved to this upcoming weekend, and so I moved, which is normally our finals. So right now we wouldn't even, the finals on a normal year, it would have been this coming up weekend, but I had to move it up a weekend because I didn't want to be on the same date as that in case somebody did want to go, like Seth, for instance, And but those guys decided to save their stuff, and I think they were leaving for the Dirt Nitro Challenge maybe today. I think they're going to California maybe early. So Riley had a chance to win the whole thing. So did Ashton Abdul, and so did Drew Reuben King, and so did Mason Herrick, who wasn't there. Noah Hicklin got 5th. Jake Stoltzing, 6th. Emerson Sturgeon, he qualified 4th, and he ended up 7th. He was in 6th for most of the race. he had actually caught up to Noah for 5th and then crashed like two turns in a row. And then like literally like a minute and a half later, Noah was there to lap him. And it's so crazy how quickly that happens. Eric Fletcher got the bump, qualified or finished 8th. Bradley Peterson got the bump, finished 9th. Mitchell Pavel qualified 7th. He was out early. Points wise, come on, phone. Points wise, this one got crazy because there was a tie. And as always, the tie are your throwout scores. That's how I've done it since 2005. And I'm going to keep doing it that way because I just feel like it rewards consistency a little bit more. And also, if the person that you're tied with wasn't there around, it kind of acts almost like a participation point in a way.
Mm-hmm.
So Riley Filbert and Ashton Abdul tied. Ashton missed the 3rd round, which was the January round, and Riley got a TQ and win that day, kind of propelling him up to those top spots. So Riley got the win. Ashton was 2nd. Drew Rubenking ended up 3rd overall on the podium. Mason Herrick was 4th. Noah Hicklin got a 5th. Jake Stoltzing, Bradley Peterson, Emerson Sturgeon was 8th. Connor Herrick was 9th, and Mitchell Pavel was 10th. And for me, like Emerson, the first 2 rounds, he was on a podium. He was in 3rd in November, and his tire blew out.
Yeah.
With like 10 minutes left to go, and he had to come in and get that changed. And then he was in 3rd in December, and his engine blew up with like 5 minutes left to go. And so for me and that kid, like, you gotta, it was fun to watch him do this on his own pretty much. I had no part of his nitro stuff at all. He built other than buying the car, but he built the car. I did buy the engine too, I guess, but he broke the engine in. He did all the maintenance to it. So he kind of learned. I hope he learned a lot this season. This last round, dude, he hot lapped the race.
Really?
Yeah, he hot lapped the race by 1/10 of a second over Van Dalen.
Wow,
on
that's impressive.
lap 17. But he crashed a lot. And the way I see it is he drives this nitro car on the edge of crashing everywhere. Not just in 1 or 2 spots, everywhere. He could crash this car. So when he gets a good lap or 2, he's super fast. But then he'll crash. And he'll crash in like the worst spots ever, like the straightaway, where there's no marshal really dedicated to watch that one, the middle of the straightaway. Who watches the middle of the straightaway?
Mm-hmm.
So he learned a lot. And I mean, he did really good at the Southern Nats on a bigger track where everybody was crashing, And so hopefully we get it straightened out. I know he wants to do some summertime stuff. And we're going to have the opportunity to do that too, just because of the way the store stuff's going to work out this summer.
Yeah, I get to do some travel racing.
Yeah, I think so, in August. He wants to go to the race in St. Louis, the ProTech thing. It's like August 14th or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'll have an e-buggy by then. I can race 40-plus e-buggy.
There you go.
Yeah. Mini Truggy was next. Bryson Pavel got the win. John Haas, though, got a TQ in a 2nd. Sam White was 3rd. Mitchell Gilbertson, with one of his better finishes this year, was 4th. Cage Mills was 5th. Rob Turner 6th. Dale Reek 7th. Connor Herrick 8th. Matt Robinson was 9th. And then Dylan Salvo actually ran my truck that I sold him a couple weeks ago and finished 10th. It was his first ever Techno Series. And he made the bump and then finished where he essentially qualified at. Mini Truggy points. This one, I gotta be honest with you, Will.
Yeah.
I kind of felt sleazy on this one.
Why?
Well, because I won.
Oh.
I got 3 TQs and wins in a row. And then because we had we added another drop. There was no real reason for me to even race the last two, so I didn't. And I even sold my mini truggy.
Yeah. That's funny.
So it kind of felt kind of sleazy, I guess, in a way. But I mean, I did TQ and win. I mean, I played by the rules, obviously, and I didn't add the extra drop for myself. I added the extra drop so that other people didn't think that they were completely out of it. You know.
Well, at times like that, you kind of have to ask yourself, would you have won anyway? Probably.
I mean, probably.
So,
yeah.
There's your answer.
Bryson Pavel, though, with that, he won. He won in February, and he won in March. So he ended up second overall. John Haas ended up third overall. And then it was Cage Mills, Sam White, Mitchell Gilbertson, Connor Herrick, Dylan Haas, Dale Reek, and Rob Turner. And then moving on here. 1/8 Nitro Truggy. This was actually a pretty good race again, too. Logan Prismanis got the win. Brandon Carney got the TQ and second. Brandon Carney was leading the points, and memory serves me, he should win the whole thing. He won the whole thing doing that. Drew Dawkin, he's had a couple good rounds now. Qualified fourth, finished third. Sean Van Dalen, qualified fifth, finished fourth. David Bradford got the bump and finished fifth. Alex Richards had a horrible day in qualifying, kept breaking stuff. Ended up sixth overall, though. Ruben King, Chad, was seventh. Jake Stolzing was eighth. Riley Myers was ninth, and then Connor Herrick qualified third, and he was out early. He had a rough day in the mains, but he was also running 4 classes. I feel like sometimes that's too much. Like it's very easy to get overwhelmed or get lost or to put like one vehicle off to the side because you just don't have time to mess with it.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever even run 3 classes before.
3 is hard. I used to run 3 when Pro 4 was a thing because I pretty much never worked on it. I just threw it down and raced it, and it was fine. And just focused on the other 2. So it's kind of just like a way to get track time.
Yeah.
But now I would never. No, it's 2 classes for me, or 2 classes is enough for me. Points-wise, Brandon Carney did get the win. Logan Prismanis was second. Jake Stolzing third. Chad Ruben King was fourth. David Bradford fifth. Derek Bates sixth. Nick Poppenfuss seventh. Connor Herrick eighth. Josh Cochin was ninth, and Steve Wall was 10th. There were quite a few Nitro Truggy racers this year. More than last year, actually.
That's good.
Yeah, Sportsman E-Buggy was next. Jalen Weningel got the TQ and win. Travis Slover, who I believe he won last round, had to make the bump and ended up finishing second. John Haas got another podium. Jake Savacool was fourth. He got the bump as well and finished fourth. Troy Jackson was fifth. Keith Vanderhyde seventh. Nick Poppenfuss seventh. Bryson Pavel eighth. Justin Andres, again, had a rough time in the mains. He ended up ninth. And James Martley was 10th. If you go to the points here for Sportsman E-Buggy, where are you at? Yeah, Jalen Weningel locked it up. I think he locked it up the last round. I don't think anybody could have touched him anyways. He just kind of sealed the deal. Justin Andres, who actually won the first 2 races, still had enough to finish second. John Haas was tied with Travis Slover and had the better throwout because Slover missed November and January. And he did win last round, but he got a 8th in December. John Berding was 5th. Jake Savacool was 6th, sorry. Troy Jackson was 7th. Keith Vanderhyde was 8th. Nick Poppenfuss was 9th. And Bill Nichols tied with Dylan Haas for 10th and had a 90 over an 86.
Wow.
For the throwout. So that's how he got there. And as usual, Sportsman E-Buggy had the biggest numbers this year, which is nice. I like that. We've been doing that no sponsor class for a long time, and I enjoy it, and I'm glad there's more of those than anybody.
Oh yeah.
Expert e-buggy. This one got a crazy points tie as well. Drew Rubin King got the TQ and win. Ashton Abdul almost got him, and Ashton would have been Mason Herrick's savior if he could have gotten around him. He got around him for one lap, and then Drew got him back. So they were racing really, really well together and very clean. It was really cool. TJ Williams got third. Daniel Bender fourth. Both of those kids, the boys, they got fast in 8 scale. E-buggy.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Drew Dawkin was 5th. Sam Savakul was 6th. Mitchell Pavel was 7th. Caden Berdine was 8th. Chad Rubin King was 9th. And Logan Prismanis was 10th. And if you go to the points for expert e-buggy, so we had another tie. And I'm on the mic doing math. I'm so stupid. On the live stream, you should hear it. I'm on the mic, like doing math, going, okay, I'm pretty sure they're going to be tied, which means it's going to have to go to the second tiebreaker, and the second tiebreaker is the same. So then I'm like, well, I think it's going to go to wins. Then at that point, and Mason Harris got 2 wins, or blah blah blah. But the thing is I totally forgot that Mason wasn't there. So Mason actually had a 0.
Yeah.
So
Duh.
yeah, So, so Drew and Mason ended up with 300 points, and the throwout, it's a combined throwout score. So the first throwout for Mason was a 0, and Drew's was 97. And so that did it. That was it. So Drew is your e-buggy champ, and now this year we've had. Not to rub it in or anything, this is the first year we haven't had a Mason Fuller in expert classes on the wall whenever I get him done. We've had new winners for the first time in a couple of years for these 2 classes.
Yeah.
So Riley and Drew. So Mason Herrick was 2nd. Ashton Abdullah locked it up for 3rd. TJ Williams was 1 point off of him in 4th. Then Caden Berdine, Daniel Bender, Mitchell Pavel, Drew Dawkin, Logan Prismanis, and Connor Herrick. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I think so.
And then finally, E-Truggy, which, 4 or 5 years ago, we tried to do this class at the Winter Series and nobody showed up, and now we're getting 3 heats.
That's good.
Yeah. So Brandon Carney needed to TQ and win, I believe, to get the title. He did get TQ, but Caden Berdine won the race. And then yeah, so Brandon got 2nd, Logan was 3rd, TJ Williams 4th, Matt Robinson 5th, Nick Poppenfuss 6th, John Haas 7th, Chad Rubin King 8th, John Berdine was 9th, and Dane Gangler was 10th. And then if you go to here, and it should be the first one. So Caden Berdine got it by 1 point. And if Brandon could have gotten a TQ and win, they would have been tied. And Caden wasn't there in December.
Oh.
So Brandon really needed that TQ and win. But Caden did what Caden does, and he won the last 3 races. He won January, December, he won January, February, and March. And he only got a TQ in 3rd. Actually, he got 4th in November. Brandon Carney was 2nd, Logan Prismanis was 3rd, and then Chad Rubin King, TJ Williams, Matt Robinson, Dane Gangler, John Haas, Nick Poppenfuss, and Jake Savakul was 10th. So there you go. Another Techno Series in the books. Kind of a weird year because of the stupid snowstorm blizzard round. But
yeah.
And it was kind of weird because of all the negativity that I was reading online about trying to do the weekend thing. And it was only by a few people. Let's be honest, it was only by a few people, but give me a freaking break,
You're just trying something to try to make everybody's experience better, and I mean, if you got to try stuff.
Yeah. And I mean, it did say on the flyer 150 or less, we do it on one day. And the only round that didn't apply was last month. And I kind of just said, the heck with it. I want tomorrow off. So we did it anyways. I mean, I actually was supposed to work because Tim was going to go home. So we had to do it in one day anyways. And then Tim ended up not going home. And I was like, well, we're still going to do it all in one day.
Yeah.
And it was fine. We were done by midnight. And that kind of gave me an idea what the number really is. We had 178 entries. So if I cap it at 175, then, that's kind of where my tolerance level's at. We just don't have that problem with the summer series because our mains aren't 30 minutes.
Right. And there's not as many lower mains, I don't think. Well, there could be just spread out across more classes.
There sometimes are. But again, the lower mains in Nitro are 10 minutes.
Right.
The lower mains in Electric are 5. I've had one or two people like comment on something. It's like, well, he doesn't do that for the summer series. I'm like, well, of course not. The summer series doesn't have a 30-minute main or a 20-minute main or 10-minute mains.
Right. It also isn't in the middle of winter.
Yeah, that too. So, I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll kind of go back to formula next year, but with an entry limit. Just call it good from that point on.
Yeah.
I do feel like I need to find somebody to replace me, though, every once in a while.
Yeah.
I hope that doesn't sound bad, but it's like, if I could find somebody to run our races to my standard,
Right.
I could relinquish the thing. I'm hoping to find somebody for like Friday nights.
Yeah.
But Friday nights you've got to have so much patience.
Yeah. You kind of had that with like Logan Prismanis, didn't you? At one time.
I felt like I did, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Emerson's not the guy. Emerson's got no patience for kids.
Well, I mean, like you had a guy that could run the races on Friday nights with Logan doing it. I felt like.
For sure. I don't know. What? So, how did your final series go? I know we just finished up the oval. I don't want to leave you out. So.
Oh, yeah. It went well. Kind of. I don't know. I really do as good as I thought I should, but I did end up getting the overall series win, so that was cool. And Brian Burnt, after I won, because I had it locked up, all I had to do was like make the main. And even then, like, I think I would have still won. I pretty much just had to show up. But the Brian Burnt was like, so now that you won this one, are you gonna quit racing oval? I was like, no, I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm like, oh yeah, I kind of just like quit on top like every single like thing like I won all those carpet races and I quit racing carpet. I won a national title in stadium truck. I quit racing stadium truck. Like, so.
Brandon Heitschuh beat you by 0.6 of a second.
Yeah.
In the sprint car main, 50-lap main. You had 50 laps in 3 minutes and 30 seconds, and you had 50 laps in 3 minutes 30 seconds. 0.6. That's pretty crazy. Is there any controversy over the fact that you guys only race for 3 minutes and 30 seconds?
No, why would there be?
Does that matter to anybody?
No.
It seems so weird to me.
It seems like forever.
Really?
Yeah.
Because like your seeding rounds aren't even that long, aren't they? Only like 2 minutes?
Something like that. But like that main was just like complete chaos.
Yeah, it looks like it because Josh, is it Josh Halty or Kelly Beller that? No, it's Josh. Josh Halty was leading the first 6 laps. Then you led the middle, and then Brandon led the next part, and then you led 2 laps, and then Brandon got by you again to the finish.
Yeah.
Live RC graphs are cool. What do you think about like SC mod cars being allowed to have like battery bias and all that stuff on their cars?
Battery bias?
Yeah, do you think they should have
Oh,
chassis that have they should be allowed to have the chassis shift that thing all the way to the left and all that stuff, or should they just be left alone and just go out there and drive it?
I don't know. I mean, isn't the SC mods they're running just like slashes with big bodies on them again?
Well, I thought that's what Mud Boss was supposed to be.
Yeah, I think that.
I get really confused with these oval classes, to be honest with you.
Dude, I SC mod I think is kind of going away. Like I don't think that they really race it hardly anywhere. Now that there's a Midwest modified that you can run off a 10 scale buggy platform,
Right.
but which makes sense that it would go away because it'd be cheaper to run a 10 scale based car instead of having a short course based car and
Yeah.
having to have parts for that and tires for that. Like if I was racing like a buggy based platform, like I pretty much triple the amount of tires I got,
Yeah.
For one car.
That's true.
Uh I don't know. And those cars are just so big. Like they look like triple the size, like a 10 scale, like short or modified.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't think that class should really even exist, personally. I think there's like too many classes. Um, I think that like all you would really need is like street stock and Plex spec, obviously, but I'm not counting that. Like street stock, um, sprint car, late model, and modifieds, and you could have like a stock and mod version of both of those.
Okay.
But when like I don't know. I mean, I just think that the short course cars are so big. It's like they don't make sense to run on like with the rest of the 10 scale stuff. And like I get it, people still got them and whatever, but it's almost like you're doing them a favor by racing those cars.
Right.
But
It's pretty big.
yeah, but I mean, at the time when that platform like first came out, nobody really thought about making a modified out of a 10 scale buggy, platform. So, I mean, I would like to see things a little more uniform. Just on the tire specking out facts, like on that whole factor or whatever. It just doesn't make sense as a class that you got the one car that uses a completely different platform and tire,
Yeah.
and everybody else's car does.
Yeah.
And then, like the guys that are running them, it's kind of like they might have better results or a better experience just by like running a 17.5 late model because there's a lot less to come off of the cars and
Sure.
like because that like an SC mod, that's like the one thing that happens. Everybody's running into each other. They're running into the straightaway like A arms are getting sawed off and like everybody's trying to limp their stuff around and like they could have been running like a 10 scale buggy based late model and had something that was easier to drive, a lot more reliable, easier to get parts for, and cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way I see it.
Yeah. No, I
Because
agree.
SC mods are just too dang
They're
big, and they
big.
just tear up the track too, and they like flip and stuff on a surface that we're already trying to keep flat, and everybody complains about being rough.
Right.
So, to me, that's what would make the most sense is to dump that. Those guys race 17.5 late model or street stock if they don't already have one, and you just dump the class. But you kind of have to grandfather those things in for the guys that are invested. So it's kind of like once the moment that there's like 2 or 3 entries in a week, I bet Tim gets rid of it.
Yeah. It's kind of like the Techno series. I've had some people ask me to do like a 40 plus class of some sort.
Yeah.
And I'm always hesitant about adding classes to the Techno series because if it's a nitro class, then you at least have to do it right, a 20-minute main. Well, that adds 20 minutes. That adds 20 minutes. I mean, realistically, it adds almost a half hour
Right.
to the end of the night.
Well, in like
if
our
it's
day,
an e-buggy class, then it's 10 minutes. which is realistically like 15 minutes.
Like our day takes so long because of the track maintenance. Like there's a lot of track maintenance.
Yeah.
And we get a lot of practice too. Like I could get to drive my car like 3 times.
Yeah.
I get to break in a set of tires completely before I ever even race it.
So I would have to, if I did that, I would probably drop a class that we have now, which unfortunately would probably end up being mini truggy.
Right.
So, but I don't know if I want to do that because mini truggies are fun and a lot of people have them here.
Are there people that come that just race mini truggy?
Mm-hmm.
That's all they race. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's hard to get rid of.
Yeah.
See, the guys racing SC mod, they're racing other stuff too.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
And like if they have like a SC10, I don't think they're even SC10 based. I think all the ones that are out there are like slash based.
Well, I bet you a lot of them are slash based stuff.
Yeah. But I guess to answer your question, like SC mod being able to use like an offset battery, it's like, yeah, why not? I mean, it's oval.
Mm.
Like, I don't know. If it makes the car, see, the thing is, it's like there's some stuff that they do these cars that makes them faster just because they handle better.
Right.
Like anytime you could improve like the handling of a car on an entry level class like that, like you're gonna have like people have a better experience because they can actually control their car. Like the reason why you help the new guy is because you want him to be able to control their car and not junk your stuff.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
like that's the biggest reason to help people make their car go straight, so they
Yeah.
don't take your stuff out.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know.
Okay. One more thing before we get to the comments. I want to give a shout out to D. I can't tell if it's D Slight or DS Light 11 here on YouTube. I want to give a shout out for making me think about my haircut for at least 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
But in the end, I decided that I'm keeping my haircut, and I don't really care if you think I look like an effing clown.
No, that's nice of him.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not wrong.
You think? I think I got.
No,
I'm having a really good hair day today.
You are. I'm just giving you a
man,
hard
I am.
time. Some guy just made fun of you on Facebook. Or
Yeah,
on YouTube.
Yeah,
like,
I posted the techno. I did a little 10-minute techno video, just to show the awards and show, prove to our sponsors that we're actually putting out the stuff they send us.
Mhm.
And the only comment I got on it, and I deleted it, was from this guy, and it was, "Hey Alex, your hair makes you look like an effing clown. I can't respect you."
Really?
Yeah.
That's all it took?
Yeah, out of all the things to not respect me, it's my haircut. And I just thought about, it took me back for a little bit, for a slight period of time, to when I was in junior high and getting made fun of because of my curly hair. And I thought about it, and then I was like, you know what, screw that guy.
Yeah. I don't. Now, if you like it, wear it, man. Let your freak flag fly.
That's
know?
right.
Yeah, no big deal.
Yeah. My wife likes it. At least I think she does. She's never told me she hasn't.
No, she doesn't.
You don't think she does? She might not. Actually, she might. She probably wouldn't tell me if she didn't like it.
Yeah,
but here's
there's
the
no
thing.
way she likes your hair.
Here's the thing. No, she said to me. We were actually talking about this the other day. She said to me once that she thought Jason Momoa was the sexiest man on earth. And I thought to myself,
she's right.
I mean, she's right. And I thought to myself, okay, well, what do I have anything at all that resembles Jason Momoa? And I thought, well, the only thing I could have is my hair.
Mm-hmm.
So COVID happened. And then I'm like, well, we can't get a haircut for a year anyways. They wouldn't let us. They'd arrest people. So,
oh, yeah.
Screw it. That's all. So anyways, I hope you enjoy your 17 subscribers and some of the worst content I've ever seen on YouTube actually came from this person's channel. So
they're watching it. They post videos.
Yeah, from like 12 years ago though.
Oh, what are they about?
I don't know. That's the thing. I couldn't even tell what they were about.
Oh,
like they were like
right.
they were like horizontal but vertical video.
Oh,
like the video was. It's like they were taking a video. They meant to take it this way, but it was actually this way. So when they posted it, it was this way.
Mm-hmm.
It's just really bad. Like
that makes sense.
So
I would expect nothing less from somebody to make fun of somebody's haircut anonymously online.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Screw you, buddy.
Yeah.
All right, let's get through the comments. Speaking of comments.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go up here. John Haas says, will he miss a scene? Will at the track?
Yeah, I need to start racing off-road again.
All you got to do is show up on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah. Dallas Boyd was on here. Smoking Rat says he's not horribly late for once. Race Guitar says, hey guys, never get a chance to watch live, but never miss a show. Keep them coming. We got Nuthouse's super chat. Braxton Wallace says, thought I was going to learn something here. Well, you thought wrong, sir.
Yeah, this wasn't a TLC
This is
episode.
This is a mostly Will and I bullshitting sort of podcast.
Not a lot to talk about
as of late. Are you going to run at Hackberry this summer, Will?
Planning on it. Who's asking? Who wants to know?
Nuthouse wants to know.
Oh, I probably will, yeah.
Yeah. John Haas says he's totally on your show. Then he says Nike stole a marketing project shoe design from a buddy and him. No joke. First edition Penny Hardaway was the exact design that he sent to Nike.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
You know, when I was a kid and I was drawing like comic books and stuff, my counselor, psychiatrist, that my mom made us go to together, he saw my stuff and he said that I should send him into Marvel.
Really?
And then, but even back then, when I was like 11 and 12, like I knew that if I sent characters into Marvel and they can take them.
Yeah.
Or like if you draw for Marvel, like all your characters become the property of Marvel. They're not your. That's why the whole Image thing happened, the split, because all these creators wanted to have control over their own properties. So I was like, I don't think that's a good idea. Let's see. Travis Clancy, is there much market for a used Nitro T-Max? My cousin gave me one, and it looks like it's in pretty good shape.
Oh, can I have it?
Right?
I'm not willing to pay for it, but can I have it?
Yeah. So I will tell you that I've had a number of X-Maxes. I've had a number of T-Maxes.
Trax Maxes
in my possession, and I always sell them on eBay, and I always sell them as rollers. Basically, I list that I have no idea if the engine works, so please don't think that it does. And every single time I get $100 out of them.
Yeah,
even if it's just a parts truck.
I've had 3 T-Maxes given to me, and I always end up playing with them, and then I end up giving them away. And the last one, I was jumping curbs pretty hard. I was like Gravedigger, going for the freestyle.
Did you break a bulkhead and then run to the hobby store and yell at the person who sold it to you?
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. Yeah.
I
bought this at a garage sale for $15. Like, I thought there was supposed to be some kind of warranty with this.
Dude, I was working in Lincoln. This was 20 years ago. I was working in Lincoln. This guy came in. He bought 2 T-Maxes, 2.5s. He said that he was buying one of them for parts. He came in later that day. The front end of this truck was trashed, and he wanted his money back.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and we're like, you don't get that money back from that. But because it was different. After talking to him, the guy was running it. He was like, this thing's weak as shit. I don't want this, blah, blah, blah. He was running straight into one of those parking stop curb thingies.
Yeah.
And he's like, man, I was jumping that thing. And because it had a little bit of an angle to it, but it's still like a literal wall that you're running into.
Yeah.
I don't remember if the guy got his money, but I kind of think he did, actually.
Right.
But I don't know. I just remember being at the time like, wow, this is really stupid of this person.
Yeah. They don't steer. Like, they don't turn at all.
No.
Like, they use like the entire backyard to turn.
Well, it's because you got that depends on which one you got, but probably that 2055 plastic geared servo in it.
Well, yeah. That and the servo saver. I mean, it's like,
right.
Like, they don't turn.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I had a great time beating the crap out of one, and it was fun.
No, it's fun.
Like
I remember I
that's.
won a Duratrax Nitro Evader once, and I
I
just
thought you
beat
were gonna say Nitro Warhead. Those
no,
things are built broke, dude.
yeah, I beat the crap out of that one, and it was super
Mhm.
fun.
Yeah.
So
That's like one of my favorite pastimes. Is somebody gives me a T-Max, I get it running just good enough. I go get like a 12-pack of beer, and hopefully I have that thing destroyed before the 12-pack's gone. Like, I've done that a couple of times.
yeah,
Like just keep leaning it out till it lean bogs, and like it's a free truck. Like
yeah.
I
Who
want to
cares?
experience everything that all the people that come to the store to try to return theirs do.
Yeah,
Like that's the way I look at it.
I remember the Nitro Vader stripped to spur gear, and it was at
Yeah,
the Lincoln dirt track
yeah.
on like a Friday night,
Hmm.
and I was like, oh, yep, there it is. Um, Ben Dinger said short bus 8 scale seems like my kind of class. Ha ha ha.
Hmm.
Smoking Rat says oh, now we're talking about Hot Wheels again. He thinks the extra weight would bow the axles more than benefit.
See, that's what I was thinking. I bet your car bottoms out at load.
Mm,
Like when it hits the bottom of that, it probably bottoms out. It's too heavy.
yeah.
Like there's probably like a perfect like spot.
Mm-hmm. Uh, Dinger says he's got his number 3 Intimidator Lumina collector's car, and he'd yell, "Do it for Dale."
Oh yeah, I do it for Dale every day. You know what you should do is get like some like hardened pin axles to put in there that don't bend,
Well,
and then
yeah. So there's guys looking at music wire, changing out the axles for a different kind of like nickel plated music wire.
hmm
You know.
you could get graphite ones.
Yeah.
Ones that are just made out of graphite.
Yeah. Well, there's also faster than ever wheels, which
Oh really?
I've actually thought about ordering just to try them.
Uh-huh.
It's like what some of the cars on 3D Bot Maker end up having on them. Dinger says college kid competitive eating because his teenage boys would eat everything.
Yeah, we're going for the major leagues here, though.
Joel Omaha, Nebraska says he agrees with me. Have homeless people do the competitive eating. It's a win-win.
Yeah,
You feed people and exploit them.
dude. Yeah. Now on MTV. Like,
Grady Jacobson, a legit question. He's thinking about coming back to racing. What 10 scale 4-wheel drive kit would he go with? TLR Team Associated, X-Ray, or Techno? He just doesn't know anymore. Well, that's a loaded question.
Associated is going to be the easiest to get parts for.
Right. I was just about to say that. At this moment, TLR stuff's pretty hard to get parts wise. Even cars, I don't think they have any cars in stock. I mean that'll go away at some point again, but doesn't it always seem like some companies having like just some product reliability problem, stock problem.
Oh, I don't know. Like I think that Losi keeps their inventory so thin that
I mean, didn't this spring we had, or I'm sorry, didn't this fall we have some sort of white wheel shortage?
I wouldn't know.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I only run yellow.
You only run yellow, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this fall
I don't
everybody
know.
was out of white wheels.
Yeah.
I feel like it's always something lately.
Yeah.
I would probably steer you towards the Associated just because I know they have the cars in stock and I know they have all the parts in stock.
Mm-hmm.
X-Ray would be my next choice, honestly, because it's kind of the same deal. I know I can get the cars and I know they have the parts in stock. Techno is a great car, but at the moment, it's sort of, I don't know how to put this. It's a great car. It's really tough, and it handles really well. But as soon as the track gets that extra little bit of grip, where we're all just running slicks the whole time, I feel like the Techno loses its edge without. It's like all of a sudden you've got to like get out the Dremel to make and change the gear height and stuff like that.
Yeah.
run the other cars. You don't have to do that. Like, I don't think they're going to revise it either. I haven't heard anything that they're going to make a 0.3 late, at least in anytime soon. But if you want a tough car, Techno's the way to go.
Right.
But I think Team Associated is probably the best bang for your buck overall. Is there Family Friday off-road this week? There is. It's on the Google Calendar. That's linked to the Hobbyplex page on Facebook, but also hobbyplexraceway.net. Santee forgot there was a show tonight. Peter Renault missed the first half. Must have had. I didn't post that we were doing anything tonight, so it's probably part my fault. We're getting right to the end here. Renault's got a $5 Canadian super chat. Will J Concepts ever start making carvers again? I probably not.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't think so. I think even on most outdoor tracks now, we're all running treads up front.
Yeah. That was the thing, like, back in the day with, like, the IFMAR pins. You take a set of rears and cut them in half and take out so much out of the middle and glue them back together. Remember I had those tires?
I wish they would make the front tires like that. The halves, like the blades. Remember Pro-Lane blades?
Yeah.
Those tires were the shiznit.
Yeah. But, yeah, that was always the thing, like, and you'd want like the pins to be, like, trimmed. Like, you turn, like, the pins into, like, little pancakes looking things.
Yeah.
And, like, I always made my own front tires for two-wheel for outside.
Mm-hmm.
But so, I mean, like the carvers were fine, but once you wanted to go faster, it was just like...
Yeah, once the track got really grooved up, you're better off with treaded fronts.
Yeah.
One last one. Smoking Rat says, no coverage of the Thunderdome A main between himself and Steve, unless he missed it. So what he's talking about is the race we didn't cover tonight, which is the crash in, actually.
No.
So it was Steve Eichler and Bill Grieve, the only two entries left in Plex Spec. And Bill ended up winning it. Steve got second. And then Conrad, not Jacob Conrad, the other one, his kid.
Dalton?
No, not Dalton, the other one. Jameson.
Oh,
Jameson Conrad was your TQ, but then he had to leave. He had a basketball game. So he had to go. So he missed out.
Priorities.
Yeah. So that's pretty fun, though. That was weird, too, because we've had really good Plex Spec turnouts all season long, and then most of them raced 21.5.
Yeah.
So the crash-in was fun. I finally won 40 plus.
Wow.
After 2 years of last year was just self-destruction, and then the year before that was a little takeout move.
Yeah. Right.
I remember. I don't hold a grudge. I just remember. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, so that was fun. And we had 100 and... Did we have 100? I think we only had 94 entries, which is about right.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was easy. It was a really easy day. Got through it really quick. We should have talked about it, but now we're out of time. So
yeah.
That's all right. Carpet season's over. I'm so happy. I hate carpet, and it has nothing to do with the racing for me. It's all the prep work to build. It takes 4 hours to build the track, and it sucks. Like for the crash in, I stayed after Hot Wheels and made sure the track was all done. I had Chris Brown help me. Actually, he came back and helped me for a little bit, which was really good. Like, that was nice having two people on there. So that was a huge help. But every week prior to that, I would put out like as much of the track as I felt like doing on Thursday, and then I'd have to come back Friday and finish it. And then the week after the crash in, when I didn't have to do that, I was so happy. I haven't been that happy. I have not been that happy in a long time. I was like, oh, thank you. I don't have to do this anymore.
I can only imagine. Like, that's got to be rough. Well, I know it is because I used to help you do it.
It sucks. And honestly, it sucks so bad that if we were only getting like 20 or 30 entries on carpet, like we wouldn't do it. Like,
Yeah.
I would find a reason to not do it. But since we're getting 70, 80 entries, you got to do it, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm just so happy it's over. And then now we've got so what's today? The 11th. So we got regular racing Friday and Saturday. Sunday, I believe it's open. And then we have the TCS race, which I'm going to try to race in, but I got a Chad Daniels comedy show to go watch on Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. Hopefully they're done qualifying by then. Anyways. And then, so we got 2 weeks. I got 2 weeks. And then April 1st through the 4th is the big, we're doing everything track build. So I got 2 weeks to just sort of chill and relax a little bit. And then it's game on. Then it's like seriously game on. Because I did a lot of cleaning this last Tuesday. Because I did work on the track for the Techno Series race, I chucked a lot of stuff, but we've got to like repaint and change the banners out, and I got to find a way to clean those walls again. Like they're just filthy.
Yeah.
I hate how it looks. So we got a lot to do still.
Right.
Painting is the big thing. We got to repaint all those walls because they look like crap. So. Anyways, we better go.
Yeah, probably
I don't
should.
want to keep my family here any later than they have to be. But
Are they here? Oh, yeah.
no, not Gretchen and Emerson, but
Not your immediate family.
yeah, Rich and Margie. So
It was nice of them to hang out.
yeah, for sure. Well, I think that's it. It was nice talking to you again.
Oh yeah, I feel like I haven't seen you in forever.
We haven't. We chatted for we were so busy Sunday. I could barely hang down there to chat with you guys. I tried and we were insane. It was like pre-Christmas.
Yeah.
Sunday for some reason. So it was stupid. But yeah, we're going to do that oval race coming up here shortly.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
Down at Need for Speed in Garden City, Kansas.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
So it'll be fun. I see a trip to Applebee's in our future.
Yeah, or Chili's, something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be badass. Oh my god, I can't wait. See Alex get mad at a waitress.
I haven't been. Well, okay, I take that back.
Every time I go somewhere to eat with you, you always get mad at the waitress.
At least I wait until I get my food.
Yeah.
My mom used to start complaining before she got her food, and that's not a good idea.
It better have the sauce on it.
You got to admit, though, the B-Dubs one was legit.
Oh, yeah, it's hilarious.
I'm just, it deserved to be hated on.
Oh, man. Our poor waitress.
What's the Hot Wheels slogan?
It ain't the same without the flame.
It ain't the same without the flame. All right.
Yeah.
Will, did you get a 4.1E? I can answer this for you. No. We got another super chat from Peter before we go.
What's a 4.1E?
That's the E-Buggy.
Oh, no.
He's an oval racer now.
Yeah, we're just racing oval right now, buddy.
Yeah, he's just racing oval.
Yep. Just doing it for Dale.
Which means all the off-road questions will end up coming my way, and I'll be like, oh, I don't know.
I still know a lot about off-road.
No, I know you know a lot about everything. I'm just saying because clearly I'm not an engineer, so.
Oh yeah, obviously.
I go by feel. I don't care. I don't go by actual.
Yeah.
Techie stuff. Anyways, it's not the flame. God damn it! I screwed it up. I was trying to sign us off with "It's not the same without the flame," but I screwed it up already.
No, it's fine.
Yeah. All right.
Well, you finally said it.
I did, but I said it wrong.
Oh.
I screwed it up. I flubbered it. Joe Biden did. I was like,
yeah. It ain't the same unless you, yep.
All All right.
Where am I? Oh.
Ice cream.
Yeah.
All right, we gotta go.
All right.
Bye.